All right, we back. Motor City Sports Talk. Your boy CJ Goodfella. I've seen a few people in the comment sections, ask why Ameer Abdullah was still on the roster and where the Lions contemplating keeping him. It sounded like he knew he was done with the Lions. We did the video a few weeks ago about that, probably more than a few weeks ago. But I think the Lions may trade him. It's been a very, very hard push on here to let me know the Lions only have 5 picks in the draft. I understand that. Ameer Abdullah could get them a couple more picks, perhaps. Maybe a 5th, maybe a 6th, maybe a 6th and a 7th, or something like that. So I don't think they're going to cut Ameer Abdullah. I think they're going to trade Ameer Abdullah and try to get some value. I think he still has some value out there. It may not be, 1, 2, 3, or 4, or even 5, the 5th round value, but maybe 5th, 6th, 7th type of round value, and you can find good players in the 6th round and the 5th round if you look, because there's always undrafted free agents as well that go overlooked, and they do well in the league. But I think that's what the Lions ultimately is going to do with him. Obviously, he might be on his last year's deal, rookie deal, or something like that. And obviously, Golden Tate is on the last year of his deal, so it would shock me if he got unloaded as well too, and the Lions weren't willing to pay him. So, I mean, why let Ameer Abdullah walk, Golden Tate, or whoever else out there, walk, to have some value out there? Why not trade him? And I think teams are interested in Ameer Abdullah. He's a good, he's a good catcher out the backfield, and maybe he just need to change the scenery from Detroit, and he could do good somewhere else. I know Arizona was going to draft him, and the Lions took him right before Arizona. I know, the Rams probably can use a guy like that to back up Todd Gurley. You look at a few other teams. New York Giants can need a running back as well. The Jets could use a nice shifty back like him. So he definitely have value, especially if New England loses Deion Lewis, who may be a unrestricted or a restricted free agent. I don't know his place. They getting rid of 3 backs, or 3 backs up for free agency: Lewis, Burkhead, and Gillislee. So they can always be, in the mix. And Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia have ties from New England, as we all know. And Ameer Abdullah more likely is going to get traded, and I think that's what's going to happen to him. And it depends on what he commands on the trade market. So if he's still there after the draft and he's not cut or traded after the draft, then I think he may be staying with the Lions. The Lions, they really, really liked him enough on film. Bob Quinn did to keep him around this year, and I knew that it wasn't going to be good here. I mean, I think he's a running back that needs a lot. He's not a running back that can make something out of nothing, or he can make his offensive line do good. He don't have long speed. He ran in a 4.6 at 5'9". I wasn't a fan of that. If you're gonna be that small, you have to be quick and straight line speed fast. You have to give us an explosion touchdowns. Them long touchdowns, 50, 60-yard run type of touchdowns, and he hasn't produced those. And I wasn't a fan of bringing him back. I was never a fan of him being here. I did get caught up in the Jets game where he looked like Barry Sanders, and we all was caught up. But before that, I just didn't like the numbers on him. Him or Theoretic as far as their speed. If you're not going to be a power guy, you got to have some long speed, and neither one of them have long speed. Abdullah ran with a mid 4.6, and Theoretic ran about 4.7. I just don't think that they're going to cut the cake, for what we're looking for in a main back. But yeah, I think they could trade him. Depending on what they do in free agency, who they could lock in. If they lock down the tight end, they really like. They could trade Ebron still, which they love Ebron and Ameer Abdullah. And people's I seen an article. Ebron had a historically good, last year numbers. Nah, I ain't trying to hear that, man. This dude is he's contagious. When he dropped that ball, everybody started dropping balls. I've been in favor of getting rid of Abdullah and Ebron, because you look who you gave up. You missed on with Ebron. You missed Aaron Donald, knowing that you wasn't gonna pick the 5th-year option up on Nick Fairley, and knowing was a chance that we was having tough negotiations with Ndamukong Suh. You could have jumped and you could have upgraded Suh's position to Nick Fairley's position. Upgraded. You could have upgraded it. Aaron Donald's the number 1 defensive tackle in the league right now, bar none. You could have had that. You could have went from Suh to Aaron Donald. But, it is what it is. And Abdullah could be part of a trade package to move up as well in the draft. I must say that. I don't think the Lions are going to try to do something that they don't usually do. They don't move up in the draft to go get a guy like Saquon Barkley. Because remember, they like Sammy Watkins a lot too. And they didn't move up to go get Sammy Watkins, which was ultimately a good decision. So, Atlanta moved up and got Julio. That worked out. And if the Lions truly wants to move up and get Saquon Barkley, and they may have to move up to number 2 to the Giants to do it, because the Giants might take a running back, because I don't like none of the quarterbacks, really. All of them bums. The only one I really, really can get with is the UCLA guy, Josh Rosen. And I haven't really looked at the Wyoming guy, but the rest of them is trash. But, Ameer Abdullah can be in a trade to New York. He had a good game versus New York Giants last year. And he could be involved in a trade or a trade to acquire more picks. And I think that's why he's hanging around. I think they're going to trade Ameer Abdullah for at least picks or part of a draft deal. But, it's more to see sports talk. We're going to be back on a little bit later with the Free Agent Spotlight. We out.